enjoying them, and it's something to work on over the 2 weeks of long training. So what I thought we'd do for this last class before lockdown is do like a long, sort of traditional martial arts stretching class, and look at sort of more front splits type stretches at the end of the class, because we did kind of box split stuff last class. Okay, so the idea is that you're going to start head to toe, but usually in the regular classes, I'll do like a little section of this. This would be like if the routine went on for infinity, just like all the time in the world. So hope you enjoy it. A little bit different to the regular weeks. We'll start at the head, go to the bottom, go to the floor, all that stuff, and I'll try and chuck in some new stuff as well. Okay, so hands on your waist, okay, and then just nice and gentle, lean the head over to the left. And lean the head over to the right. Lean the head back. And lean the head forward. And look over your left shoulder. And look over your right shoulder. Now we're going to lean the head over the left this time, but this time take your left hand and help it to tilt your head. You want to take the other arm behind you, it'll shoulder stretch as well, that's fine. And then look down at the floor. That's different then. And then slowly look up to the ceiling and twist. And change. Down to the floor. And look. Excellent. Then hook to the good side. Okay, so start to roll your shoulders forward. And roll your shoulder backwards. And then start to take your arm back in 3 circles. And roll your arms forward. A little coordination drill, take one hand forward, one hand back. If you're okay with that, change direction. Okay, now take your one arm across, crunch in like a bicep curl, and we're just going to turn the palm up and down 5 times. And the same arm, and take up behind us, and squeeze behind. Stay there, or reach with the other hand behind, and try and make a little bind. I'll show you that from behind. So I'm reaching for my fingers. Excellent, chin sides, keep the arm across, and twist the palm up, down. Again, push up, back, stay there, or reach back, grab your fingers. Don't you can't grab it. This will be a sign of stretching when you show good improvement to reach for both sides. Okay, good. Now, take your fingers forward and stretch your fingers out. I'm just going to do a little flow where you go forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, this seems a bit odd. You're going to have your hand here pinky finger up. You're going to grab onto that pinky finger and try and get the pinky finger to your forehead. Just going to take back. So just take it back. 2, 3, 4, 5. Change, try to pinky finger up, grab the top of your hand, and bring it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Fantastic. Hands on your waist. Start to circle your waist. Now change direction. And when I was taught this, I was always taught to keep your head still. But I saw a variation the other day. I call this hip circle, is what I call it. And then he said, if you move your head as well, it's a trunk circle. So I'll try and explain. So I'm moving my head now. So these are far bigger circles, okay? So try those if you want. Make a big circle moving your head as well. It's okay if you can't do it. Change direction. It's a little bit weird. Just circle your hip like normal. But it is a bigger rotation of your hip. I just thought it was a fun variation I've never done myself. Okay, so now we're going to take the hips side to side. Okay, now we're going to take one arm over, grab, and pull. And then come up slightly as you breathe in, pull a little bit further. Good. Come over, put your arm up across, bring it up, and over. Okay, good. Now you're going to put the hands on your lower spine, and your legs as wide as you feel you need them, and you're going to tip back and bend. And now, we're just going to do 5. Don't fall, but if you can, try and tip. And look behind you. Now, on this first forward fold, just to give your back a little bit, hold on to your elbows. You can bend your knees as much as you feel you like. We're just going to fall forward and swing back and forth. Good. Come on. Now, you're going to turn, interlock your fingers, have your feet about shoulders apart. You're going to come up onto your toes and then back up. So you're just going to do 5 of those. Good. 1, 2, 3. Really pop your chest forward. 4. One more time. 5. Good. Then, take your hands on your knees. We're going to do 10 circles from out to in. Warm up your ankles. And then the other way. And we're going to do a couple of little balances before we get into the deeper stretches. So for each of these stretches, we're just going to hold for 10. So lift your leg in. I'm going to circle the ankle, if that's okay for you. Just affects your balance, don't do it. And change direction. Okay, change legs. Change direction. Okay, now we're going to take the leg up behind for a quad stretch. Try and get your knees together and keep your hips up. Now, if that's difficult to hold, stay there. If not, now we're going to do this little exercise. We're going to tip forward until we can't go any further. You're going to upright yourself. Okay, we're going to do 5 of these. Ready, let's go. Whoa. I can't really concentrate now. 1, 2, 3. It's tough, right? 4. One more. 5. Awesome. Okay. All right. Just do what you can. Try not to get to a pain sensation of 7 or 8. Maximum 5 or 6. And try and breathe through till it's a 2 or 3. Okay. Tip forward. Keep your hips balanced, and then back up. So if you can, I'm talking about something not very rubbish. Just tip forward a little bit. Just a little tiny amount. Then break this up. All about the control of your body and how far you tip forward. Try not to let that knee fly up to the side. Keep it going straight back. The other thing to do is bend that straight legs up. Bit on 5 now. 5. Fantastic. Okay. We're going to take our legs out now. Toes point out a degree. And then bring your legs down. Literally just rock side to side. Now we're going to look down at the floor and then try and look up and push your hips down. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now I want you to try and grab onto your ankles. Feel how much more the stretch is increased by grabbing onto your ankles. Now I always used to find this tough. You've got to hold onto your ankles and try and straighten your legs. Now 2 hands over the 1 ankle. Breathe in. Pull towards your leg. One more time. Breathe in. Pull your chest towards that leg. And then on the other leg. Breathe in. Pull in. Breathe in. Good. Come on. So this is where the martial arts mixes with the yoga, right? That's like the warm up. This is now like the yoga section, but done what I call the Tansudo way. So this is warrior 2. Do you know this one? Push it down. And turn your back foot over onto the ball of the foot for sort of runner's pose or crescent pose. Now, you're going to bring your hands down the inside of your leg. What I do now is I turn that front foot over on the blade of my foot to get a hip stretch. Now what I'm going to try and do is 10 push-ups, but each time I push up, I'm trying to get my head to the floor, okay? Or as low as you can, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, either stay on your hands, or if you put your forearms to the floor, that's fantastic. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to tap the knee to the floor, and then push it up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, I'm going to sit back on this heel and stretch towards this straight leg. And just for now, just having 2 hands to the side of the front leg. Now, a little challenge is you grab your foot with the same hand. And you pull your toes back, get a little bit of a calf stretch. That's difficult to stay there, that's okay. Swap hands and reach with the other hand. Now, the real balance challenge is to grab the foot with both hands and then fall forward. Okay, come up on the straight leg. Stretch towards the push your leg. You want to block, so now keep your hands on block, this would be the point. Now for the day we're going to bend the knee and straighten the leg 10 times, okay? Good. 1, 2, 3, 4. Don't worry if the leg straightens forward enough, that's not what it's about. 5. So engage the muscle and flossing the muscle through the range of motion. 8, 9, 10. Now bend the front knee, bring the back leg in slightly, and walk the hands forward a foot, come onto one leg. Now we're going to do 10 back kicks, okay? Good. 1. Keep the toes down, get the heel as high as you can. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come up. One leg is on fire, yes? So change legs. Get everything out on the other side. So try to push your hip down, try to get that front leg to 90 degrees. First time the back leg down. Now keep your hip low as you turn the back foot over the ball of the foot and square your shoulders. Feel this in the hip flexor. Now we're going to bring the hands down to the inside of the leg. Take the front foot out onto the blade of the foot and start doing these little mini push-ups, okay? Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sit back on the back heel. And for now, just put both hands either side of the front leg. Hands close to your hip here, hands further forward harder. So reach with the same hand, grab the toes and pull them back to a little calf stretch. And reach if you want for the opposite hand, a bit of a twist. And real back down, grab the foot with both hands, pull forward. Oh, we missed out something. Bring your leg forward. I knew we would. Missed out something. Either with your hands or your forearm. Sorry, my bad. So drop a knee. We didn't do that 10 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Right, so now straighten both legs and your fingertips to the side. Feel free to put your hands on blocks if you want. And now we're going to straighten the leg and bend it 10 times. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, bend the knee, bring the back leg in, walk the hands forward, foot to one leg. Try to keep the hips level. Keep both toes down, hips in line. 10 back kicks. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Come up. Legs wide. So now you're going to interlock your fingers behind you. If you can't interlock your fingers, just hold on to something like a strap or a jump or something. And then we're just going to fold forward, bring the hands over the top. And up. Now using the muscles in your leg to upright yourself. Okay? And again, I'm just going to do 5 of these. 2. 3. 4. Last one. 5. And let the hands come to the floor. Just going to bend from one leg to the other, to one to the hips. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Straighten both legs. Walk your hands forward now to make a straight line from your hips to your fingertips. And take 3 breaths. Breathe in. Arch the spine. Breathe out. Right. Breathe in. Breathe out. Breathe in. And out. Now, walk your fingertips back so they're in line with your heels. Do not worry if your head comes to the floor or not. You just fold forward fully. If you want to put your head on a block, this is fantastic. Okay. Walk 2 hands over to one leg. Walk both hands over to the other leg. Come back to the middle. If you feel confident, just let your legs go a little bit further. And if you can drop down to your forearms now without leaning forward too much. Again, maybe you want to put your forearms on blocks. That's fine. So just watch me first. I'm not saying everyone can do this, but you know that your stretching is improving when you can take your fingertips back, come onto your heels, and sit down onto the floor with control. Do not worry, you can't do that. There you go, Beth. Just showing you that this is a way to transition into a straddle stretch. Try not to fall there, that's it. Your maximum range. If you can't control it slowly, don't do it. Otherwise, just come down naturally. But this is a really big thing that I couldn't do for a long time. And when I could do it, it really helped me strengthen. So now we're down here, we're just going to do the circles, much like last week. Again, I'm encouraging you all over this lockdown to once a day sit in butterfly, sit in straddle, and do these circles. It really helps. Change direction. You get your hands behind you, your hands on your legs. It's totally fine. But the bigger you can make these circles, the more your body's going, I am used to doing this. So feel free to sit on a yoga block or sit on a mat so you get your back straight. Okay, now we're just going to point the toes and flex the feet. So just flossing now. 2, 3, 4, and 5. Now we did something similar last week, so I'm going to change up. I've got this one that I really like. There's another one we'll do flow. So I'll try and do this. Watch me first. I'll do the first round on my own. So I reach for that foot as much as I can. Then I reach this arm over. Then I sweep this arm in front like I'm making a circle and come up over to the other side. Then I sweep forward and come up. Now you might not be able to get as low as me, but what we're trying to do is we're trying to get a little circular motion going. So go slow first, then we'll pick it up. So reach with that hand, and the palm is up. Now this hand's coming over, like the palm's clapping. So the hand's on the strap, and then sweep that arm forward, turn the palm up and come the other way. That's 2. 3. 4. 5. I'm just going to show you a variation now. I grab the foot on the one side and reach over and touch the toe. So that's like the extreme version. And I come forward, sweep through, grab onto the foot, and get it. So on 8. Last 2 now. 9. 10. Good. Walk your hips in, your legs are straight. We'll do a little pigeon stretch. So again, do not comfortable with the pigeon, you keep your leg bent like this. If you want now, full pigeon. Option as well always to put a block underneath your front hip. Okay? So we're gonna, I did this for my senior class the other day, it worked really well. What we're gonna do is we're gonna incorporate some PNF stretching into this pigeon stretch. So you start off by just doing the 10 push-ups. I find this helps you to get used to putting more weight onto the front hip. So that's 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now the PNF stretching, I'm going to push this knee to the floor, and at the same time, I'm going to lift my back heel, back knee, sorry, off the floor to put more weight on the front. So push down to the floor for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and relax. Now, if it's available to you now, walk the hands forward. So this is obviously more intense. So again, we're going to push down, tense everything. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now it's available for you to come down to your forearms. Again, feel free to put your forearms on blocks. Push down again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Next level now, I'm going to make a stack, either with my palms or blocks or head. And push down again. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Last round now, I'm going to take my hands forward and my flat to the floor and push down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Did everyone go a little bit further than when they started? Got cramp? That can happen. That's very fun. So again, set yourself up first. And just to relax a little bit, we're just going to do these sort of 10 little push-ups over our leg, okay? Nice and gentle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, start a little lower now, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Lift the back now to the floor as you push the knee down the floor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Lift the hands forward in front of you. And again, push down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Drop the forearms. Only if it's available to you. Don't push it. Okay, ready? Push down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Relax. Make the stack. Laying your hands to your fists to your blocks. And push down. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then finally, walk down. Put your hands as far forward as you can. Push down one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And come up. Okay, new section now. We haven't done this before in the past. We'll do a similar stretch before for warm up your hamstrings, hip flexors, but we're going to do it in a lot more of a circular motion. Okay, so this is what is known as flow yoga. You know, mix up the formula here. What's going to happen is just have one leg forward, one leg back. So you either face me, if you want to see that, or go to the side. Turn it to you. Let me show from the side in. So from here, we're just going to start off with a little hip flexor stretch. Just push it forward and back 10 times. And feel free to walk your front heel forward and back and back. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're going to put the opposite arm down, and usually I just go forward and back. But now, like we were doing earlier with the knee, I'm going to make a circle with my knee. So we're going to do 10 circles one way and 10 circles the other way. Wax on, wax off. So start to make the circles. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 1, 2. Try and roll onto the sides of your feet. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now this next stretch is an extreme version of this one we did earlier. So instead of being on my toes now, I flatten my foot and sit all the way back. If this is painful on your knee or your hip, don't do it. Okay? Do the one earlier. Basically now we're going to take the hands wide and I'm going to circle back and forth, side to side. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, and sweep lower, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And then on the first fold up, then fall forward onto your leg and hold for 10. One. Excellent. Okay. Good. Come up. Change sides. Do what you want. Okay, so start off, put your hands in the hip. Just forward and backward, the hip flexor. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now, put your hand down, circles into out. 1, 2. Try and roll on the blades of your feet to get full motion. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now listen to your body. If this hurts your knee, don't do it. But if you can, sit down now here and take your hands wide. You're going to circle back and forth. 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Trying to sweep lower now on the last couple. 8, 9, 10. If it's okay for you, fold forward and hold for 10. Okay. Now we're not going to do leg conditioning today. What we're going to do to finish off the session is, some people are like, how do you go from not doing splits to doing splits? Okay, so this is how much I would warm up before I would attempt doing the splits. Sometimes in a class, the instructor will go straight into these stretches because there's not much time. Does this make sense? And this is why, before I used to go to every class, I used to stretch out for 45 minutes before I even went training. So my body was loose because I knew they were going to, my instructor, always old school way was extreme stretches only, because you didn't have time for these gentle ones, okay? So this is going to have like 4 levels. When we reach your level, stop. I'm not saying you're going to get down as low as I am, but this is how I would build up to it after the stretch. So we should be feeling pretty loose right now. So I'm going to set up the blocks. Again, at your house, you can have like 2 chairs either side of you. Does that make sense? But you've got to support yourself. This is the main thing, to support yourself. Okay? So, yeah, no worries. No worries. There we go. But again, no worries. Again, just all I ask you to do is to listen to your body. But again, people sort of say like, how do you do the front splits? Yeah, and it's like, it's not one of these things you just fall down and do. Like, unless you're like young, like Daisy or Grace, you can't do that. Okay, so this is the way I do it. So we start off standing in that pose earlier. The warrior 1. Yeah, so warrior 1 is a good way. This is very similar to what we did earlier. So stage 1 would be forward and backwards, and each time I'm moving my legs further apart until I start to feel some pain. So you might have your legs this close together, you might have your legs this far apart, but I'm up, standing, going back and forth. Does everyone understand? So I'm just going to do 10 of these, listen to your body, okay? But I'm going to get lower and lower, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Now, what I would do is I would turn your body this way and then bring your legs together so you don't go out the stretch too quick. Does that make sense? So come out of it safely. And we could stay on one leg, but I'm going to try and be equal, so now we're going to go on the other side. Okay, does that make sense? We're going to give that side a little rest. So again, start as high as you need to, legs as close as you need. And as you're going back and forth, you're just sliding the legs out each one. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, come slowly out of that. I usually turn at the front to come out as a gently. Okay? Well done, Andrea. That's awesome.
Really good stretch.
Okay, just turn out of it, slowly. That's why the blocks are there, okay? So that's like level 1. That's really good because you're standing, you're in control, you're there. So that's level 1. Level 2 now is what they call in yoga a half split. Okay? So the half split looks like this. I'm actually, if I move the blocks to the side on this, we can start the blocks. I'm going to actually have my knee down on the floor. But now the full proper front split, which I can't do, like the gymnastic one, I can't do that one. I can do the martial art one where you turn the back foot out because that's good for the kicking. Okay, so the half split looks like this. I'm going forward and back, but still with my hands on the blocks. Okay, so it's the same thing as we just did, but this time you're going to bring your toe up off the floor so you roll onto your heel. So this is why it's not a good idea to do this one on a hard surface because it's going to wreck your heel. Okay, all right. So the half split now. Walking back and forth. Ready? 1. And the same thing. Just walk your leg and your knee out. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And on this one, we're just going to hold for 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And again, I always turn to my open side and I just turn the foot in so I can bend and make it safe. Okay, go to the other side. Legs start to feel pretty warm now, okay? So, and again, on the other side, set yourself up, nice and relaxed, okay? Ready, forward and back. Ready, 1, 2, 3. Rock over onto that heel. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Now we're out as far as we can. Just hold that for 10. And while you're doing this, try and breathe into the bits that are stiff, into the tight, and concentrate on those bits. Trying to make them comfortable. Again, turn out in your open side so it's nice and safe. Now, one of those variations might be enough for you. Okay? The third stage we're going to do now is basically putting those two together. Okay, so watch me first. Again, I'm going to move the blocks so you can see me. I'm doing the same thing as before, but my back knee isn't on the floor. So this heel comes up and I'm bending and straightening here. Okay, see that? So that's more stress on my hip flexor and my hamstring. So if you don't want to do this one now, don't do it. Go back to level 1 or level 2. But I'm going to show you this version because it's like level 3. Do you understand? Okay, so we've got another block just to show you the blocks. Okay, so now I'm standing, my knee's not on the floor, but I'm doing the same as I did before. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rock out that maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Oh. Pick yourself up. Too close. Okay. Let's go on the other side. Okay. Good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Rock out the maximum. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Come on, slowly. Now, this is where the yoga blocks can really help. The level 4 now, the last level we're going to do, is I actually put my hip on the yoga block to start. So no more moving now. You just stacked up on this. Okay? Now, while we're here, like we do in the other split, you move. So for example, I tip forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now I'm actually going to drop down a level and do it again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And finally, there you go. There's the front split. To the other side. So rest as high as you want. So make this as high as you want, but you're taking all the weight off your leg. So while you're supported, just tip forward and back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm just going to drop down one level. You can see where you are. It's totally fine. And rocking back and forth. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Here we go, guys. That's first good. So, to rock out now. I know that was intense. So what we're going to do is we're going to do something really gentle. So when you go into all fours, I'm just going to make circles with your hips. We're just going to do 10 circles this way. Change direction. Now take one leg back and stretch out that calf. Now just watch me first. What I'm going to do with that knee is I'm going to take it on the other side, so my knees are crossed, and I'm going to sit back. You should feel this from the out of the hip. And then just rock in circles again. Circles again. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Change direction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And cross. Bring your knee back, take the other leg back, and stretch that leg out. And cross that knee behind the other knee. Sit back, get a bit of a hip stretch, and start with a circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Go the other way. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Uncross. Take your knees slightly wider than your hips. And shoot back and rock your hands forward for a child pose. And you breathe. If you want to hear variation, just bend your elbows and make a prayer above your head. And there we go, guys, you're done. So if I had all the time in the world, apart from the splits bit at the end, that would be the stretch I do before every class. I have all the time in the world. That's a full body stretch. Now I feel like ready for kicking. Does that make sense? But I never got that time. You know what I mean? Master Khan does that stretch at the start of every class. That's why these guys are such good kickers. Because they do that stretch at the start of every class. Isn't that right, Selena? Do stretches like that all the time.
That was nuts. But yeah, I've done classes with him. Now I understand how when I did it first class with him, yeah. I was watching him really intensely, and I thought, oh my god, how the hell does he do all those stretches? And then the kicks came, because obviously his classes are quite kicking heavy, aren't they? Now I know how and why.
I don't have time to do all those stretches. It just takes too long.
He actually says in his classes, he'll say, if you